Welcome to episode number 2 of the small account challenge. I'm super excited to get this series kicked off. Before we get into this episode, I want to give you a complete breakdown of what you can expect in this episode, what are you going to find, and why you should watch all the way to the end. Here's everything you're going to find in episode 2. I hope you can read this, but if not, I'm going to read it for you. So in episode 2, you're going to get trade recaps. So you're getting a recap of every single trade we take throughout the series. You're getting a chart analysis where I break down what I'm looking for, impulse ranges, my trading strategy, fair value gaps, liquidity. Like I break down everything in portions of this video. You're gonna get some vlog. You're gonna get some day in the life in these episodes. Like what do I actually do in each day? So then lastly, at the end of the video, this is not in the beginning, so watch to the end. If you left a question in episode 1, that you left a question that you wanted answered, at the end of this episode, I did do an entire section just answering anybody's question that they left down on episode 1. And we will continue monitoring that and continue answering questions throughout each episode. Please let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about this series? How are you liking it? Leave a comment down below if you have a question, because again, like I said, I'm going to be answering every single question left behind in these series. All right, let me stop yapping and let's get into this episode. Welcome to day 1 of the small account challenge. We're taking $100 and seeing how far we can grow this account by the end of 2026. I'm gonna show you the date. It is March, can you see that? March 30th at 7:01 a.m. No trades have been taken yet. There's a lot of red folder news this week of this last week of March, first week of April that overlap. And today, this Monday, Jerome Powell speaks at 7:30 a.m. So I didn't really want to, unless there was an obvious setup, I didn't really want to take a trade before that red folder news, but it's day 1. I'm really excited. I'm excited to kick off this like real first episode where we're actually trading the account. So here's the account balance. You should be able to see like total cash is $100 right in there still. So we haven't traded the account. We haven't done anything yet. So we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, who else has had this issue with TradingView lately? I get this like notification randomly where it says I'm unauthorized. I can't log into my broker. Like, look, watch, I try to connect. It just says I'm unauthorized. It'll randomly do this. It's been doing this to my brother also. I don't know why TradingView keeps doing this. If anyone else has that issue and how to fix it from stop doing this, please let me know in the comments. I want to show something real fast that I see on the screen here on MES. So we're going to be looking on this right-hand side of the screen. The left-hand side of my screen over here is Bitcoin. And I don't trade that for this $100 account challenge right now. Like I said in episode 1 in the intro, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. But in episode 2 in this, we only trade MES right now until we get our account balance up. But there's a great example here of an impulse range, which is what I use a lot in my trading. You have this impulse range. This is the market open candle. This is Monday, March 30th. And right now it's about 7:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So at market open, we have this massive impulse range that happened, right? So what is an impulse range? It's a move down that breaks structure, but doesn't have a retracement yet. And as you can see, the market's live right now, and it might come back up to retrace into this 15-minute fair value gap. But I will mention impulse ranges a lot in my episodes. And this is a great example. What is an impulse range? An impulse range is when price has a clear trend, right, on a lower time frame on the 5-minute. It has making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, right? But then when it comes through and aggressively pushes down and leaves large candles breaking that structure, right? Because you have this swing low here, these swing lows here with these circles, and then this swing low here, right? It broke 1, 2, 3 points of structure and has yet to see a retracement. So that is exactly what I want to see when it comes to impulse ranges. This is considered an impulse range, and I'm looking at the 5-minute time frame. So what we would want to see is either price to retrace up into one of these fair value gaps and give us an opportunity up here, or come and sweep down this low down here, fail to displace it, and then maybe we can catch a long into this fair value gap up here, this footprint. So that's an impulse range. I hope it's an easy example. If you guys want a more detailed video, like just on impulse ranges, I can make one like that outside of this small account challenge. But impulse ranges are everything for my trading model. You gotta focus in on impulse ranges. You gotta know, is it smart to go long or short, and where do you want to go short and long? All right, we actually have a first trade opportunity. We have a retracement back up into this 5-minute fair value gap and 15-minute fair value gap. We have a liquidity sweep here, failing to displace this high. And we'll see if we get tapped in. We might not get tapped in. It might actually run without us. So we had that inversion right there. Our sell limit was at that inversion, stop loss at the liquidity sweep. And we'll see. If it hits this low, I think I might just call it, as it looks like it ran without us. Let's see, how many points is that? Yeah, that'd be my typical target like that. Dang, that sucks. I'm gonna take off this limit order. Okay, well, looks like we don't get to take a trade today. Because I would want to, at this point, I would want to have gone break even because we hit this low inside this 5-minute fair value gap. Hey, I'd rather not take a trade and wait for my setups than force something and lose money because I didn't wait for my setups. All right, so it's still day one, and today in the market, we actually didn't get a single trade. So kind of bummed. There was a trade setup, but I did a limit order instead of just market selling. And next time, I think I'm just gonna market sell instead of the limit order. I always bounce back and forth between both of these. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing market sells next time. It was a difference of like risking $4. And it would have hit my TP. We actually would have probably tripled our account today if we would have hit on that trade. We were very patient. We waited for the proper setup, but sometimes that's the best thing you can do in trading is not take a trade and be patient and wait for your proper setup. So I'm like, the main goal of this whole series is to hopefully teach you guys that stuff, like what goes on in my mind. Yeah, like how I'm like the psychology that goes behind doing a good account and like turning an account into something really solid. So, and I'm gonna actually now just go enjoy the rest of my day, get the other things I need to get done. But one thing I'm gonna do in this series is kind of like bring you along in the day of my life, like actually bring you along in my life instead of just doing the account. So to kind of show you guys what life of a trader looks like. But I do still have a full job. Like I don't do this only. I don't only do trading. I actually do have another job also. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. All right, the next portion of my day is me going to the gym and the importance that the gym has when it comes to day trading. You need a good psychology or trading mindset in order to stay disciplined, to stay locked in on the charts and not make stupid decisions like over trading, being greedy, being impatient on your setups and things like that. You cannot underestimate your own health, your physical body health, if that's going to the gym, if that's doing some kind of exercise. Like for me, I love to do pickleball or going golfing, or do you like soccer ball, basketball? Those are all things that I love to do. And I try to stay very active because I believe if you have a healthy body, you're gonna have a healthy mindset. And do not think you don't have to put in the work in order to be successful at trading. You gotta be healthy in your mindset. You've got to be healthy with your body. You've got to be active. Day trading always comes with the stigma that it's a get rich quick scheme. It's not. It is the hardest thing to do. Like one of the hardest things to conquer in the world. There's a reason why not everyone's able to do it. There's a reason why less than 1% of day traders are actually profitable enough to change their life. And if you think you're an exception because you got a little lucky your first couple months, I'm here to tell you, you're no exception. So put in the work, be willing to be exceptional. You want to be exceptional, you got to put in the work like you're exceptional. And so I've been kind of lazy when it comes to the gym. I'm calling myself out right now too. 2025, I was really good with the gym. I was going every single day of the week. I was locked in with it. I haven't gone to the gym pretty much all of 2026. And I want to start doing that again. I want to start locking that in again because I think some of my bad mindset has been cause of me not going to the gym and me not being active in a healthy way and taking care of my body. So I'm calling myself out in this and I'm calling you out in this. Be healthy, be active, watch what you eat, watch what you do, go outside, do something, like literally just do something to stay healthy and keep your body moving. All right, just finished with the gym. We got a good workout in. We did chest, shoulders, and triceps. I like my workouts to be pretty quick. I do like an hour. I probably should have taken some B-roll while I was in there, but I don't know. I hate filming in the gym. I just don't like doing it. Maybe I just need to get over that and start filming in the gym when I go in there. But now I'm headed to my glasses place, LensCrafters, because I actually have another pair of glasses coming in. So now we're headed to LensCrafters and we're gonna pick up our other pair of glasses. All right, You guys will have to let me know. We got the glasses. They're the new Ray-Ban, like with the ASAP Rocky line. Just look, let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think? Do you think they're good looking or do you think they're bad? I'm back at the house. It's still day one. We've traded this morning. We've created content. We've worked out. We've gotten our glasses, and now I'm preparing for date night. Every Monday night, me and my wife have date night together. We make sure it's a prioritize. I think it's super important. If you're in a relationship, make sure you prioritize that date night time. So now I'm just gonna get ready for date night, and we gotta get ready for that. And then I'll probably take you along a little bit of what we're gonna do tonight, but then there's not much left for day one. Day one is complete. Today, we ended the day, the balance of the account is still $100. We didn't take any trades, we didn't lose any money, we didn't make any money. But in my opinion, that's still a successful day. No lost capital is still a winning day. When we can catch winning days, that's great. But as long as we stick to our rules, we stay patient, that's how we're gonna stay in this game as long as possible. Patience is profit. So I'm excited to get to the next day, and we'll see how the rest of this week goes. But day one, still $100 in the balance. We'll see how it goes from the rest of this week. I think I feel like I can do once a week videos of this, maybe every other week, but I'm feeling good, I'm liking it. Let me know how you guys like the vlog style, but I'll see you tomorrow morning. It is day 2 of our trading challenge. It is currently 5:17 a.m. I usually always try to be up by 5 a.m. That's when I like to be up. It's about an hour and a half before the market opens. I can get my coffee. I can make a drink for my wife. I always make her a coffee, and so yeah, I like to just have a slow morning. I read my Bible too. Yeah, welcome to day 2. See how today goes. This morning what I'm reading Proverbs 3 in the Bible. One of my favorite things that it says in Proverbs is this: for wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. She offers you long life in her right hand and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths, and her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. I think a lot of times, especially us as day traders, it even says silver and gold. That's one of the assets I even trade every day. I think sometimes we lose sight of what's the real value in life, and we put things like gold, silver, money as the most valuable thing. And yet in here in Proverbs, it says wisdom is way more valuable than that. Who can you learn from? Your family, your parents, people older than you, people who've been to places that you haven't been. I've been trying to surround myself the last year with people who are way wiser than me, who can help me with day trading, even though they might not know anything about day trading. But I need to understand patience. I need to understand greed. I need to understand, how can I be disciplined, even outside of day trading. Like, day trading is just one aspect of my life. I have a daughter, I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I have a job, I'm a pastor. Like, how can I do well in all of those? And wisdom's gonna get me there, not money, not silver, not gold. None of that's gonna get me there. It's helpful, but it's not gonna get me there. I think this is a good verse to keep in perspective. It also says, joyful is the person who finds wisdom and the one who gains understanding. If you're not joyful right now, maybe go seek some wisdom. Talk to someone you know is wiser than you. And also, just for you guys, one of the things I like to do when I'm reading the Bible before I start my day with day trading and stuff, I like to first pray, start with thankfulness, and ask God to keep these words in my heart. And then after that, I just like to pray, give thanks, ask Him to just be in my day, allow me to be aware. Yeah, I just try to give Him my first fruits of the day, rather than putting the Bible later and my relationship with God later. For me, I gotta put it first, because once I get into my day, it gets very busy and and I lose track of what I'm supposed to do or paying attention. So I like to start with this and start with gratitude. It's really helped change my trading, my days, like make me more joyful, make me more aware. So I'd highly recommend, if you're struggling with your trading, wake up earlier. It's hard to wake up earlier before you get into the trading and everything, but it's so worth it, it's so valuable. I couldn't recommend it more for you guys watching this. You've gotta start your day with gratitude. Start your day in the Word. It's so good. One of the first things I always look for when I get to my desk before trading day starts, because right now it's 5:49 a.m. So still the market is at least a little under an hour out, but still what I like to look for is red folder news. What is red folder news coming today? We have Jolt's job opening happening at 7 a.m. my time today. So I need to be aware that this Tuesday we got Jolt's job opening at 7 a.m. So 30 minutes after market open. So I might want to be a little bit more patient today. Wait for that red folder news to get announced. I probably won't be taking any setups before then, unless it's like extremely obvious setup, like a very, very obvious setup. That's the only way I'm taking it. But other than that, I'll probably be waiting for red folder news to hit. But you should always be checking red folder news before you get into your trading day. I'm gonna take you over to the desktop camera now, and I want to show you in detail what I look for when I'm kind of drawing out my lines and stuff in the morning. Market opens in about 30 minutes. For me, it's 5:56 a.m. And so we have about 30 minutes before the market opens. We're going to mark up MES right now, and I'll show you everything I'm looking for. So I like to reset my chart view, and I like to start on the day time frame. Unless it's a new week, I start always on the day time frame. We got a day fair value gap above us here, and it looks like we also have a day fair value gap right here that was formed yesterday. Took the day low during Asia, it looks like, or London session. We took day low. Okay, we got a day fair value gap, 2 day fair value gaps above us. So if I'm going to go short, I'm probably going to want us to hit those at least before we go short, right? So that's something to take note of. Go to the 4-hour time frame. When you look at this 4-hour time frame, we also have this impulse. You also have this impulse range. For me, if I'm going to go short, I want it to hit this day fair value gap at least, but then also even hit into the premium of this range, right? We haven't seen any retracement into the premium of this range. And then set an alert. That's the smart way to play this right now. Either we get something very obvious in this day fair value gap, or we at least hit premium, right? So premium is up at the top of this range, this impulse range. Discount is in the red portion, the bottom of this range. And then premium is the blue portion of this range. We also have this other day fair value gap that's been untapped. Likely what would happen is maybe we go up into premium, tap into this day fair value gap, and that's where we'll get a really good rejection to the downside if it's going to continue that. H4 fair value gaps above us. Want to pay attention to that guy. That's in premium of the range. So maybe we go through this day fair value gap, tap into that, and that's where we see the reaction. We also have a bullish 4-hour fair value gap below us in discount. So maybe we can come down here, give us some opportunity in this 4-hour fair value gap to then target premium, right, to go long. I'm just kind of getting my game plan, right? That's what I use this time for. What's the game plan? Okay, so in the 1 hour, I'm in the 1 hour time frame right now. In the 1 hour time frame, I'm also looking for fair value gaps and like the impulse ranges, but I'm also looking for session liquidities. What highs and lows of like Asia and London have not been hit yet? And I obviously see here we have an Asia low that hasn't been hit yet down here, and then probably in here there's going to be a London low. Yep, and then London low. Yeah, I think we could definitely target London low, potentially target London low to then go long if it's going to do that. That's inside that H4 fair value gap. There's also H1 fair value gaps. When I see that there's some H1 fair value gaps within an H4, I'll mark out those and take away the H4 just to clean up my charts a little bit. Yeah, there's also like this H1 that's also in premium. So maybe we come through that day fair value gap, tap into that guy in premium. I'm going to leave that day fair value gap, but I'm going to mark out some of these 1 hour fair value gaps within it. All right, we have our session liquidity. We have our London low and Asia low that are still open. The highs have all been taken, so there's no highs. But there is this H1 high we can mark out here. This H1 high that's right within that fair value gap. I'll set an alert on that. So it notifies me when it hits that. Create. So that is a high I want to pay attention to. Let's drop down to the 15 minute. As we go into these lower time frames, we're getting some new information. So what do I mean by that? Let's delete this big 4-hour range, but now let's focus in on this 15-minute range, right? So we have this 15-minute range here, that impulse up here, and has not seen any retracement to discount, right? So we can go all the way up to this high. We have yet to see any retracement to this discount, okay? And what do we know? Down in this area is a 4-hour fair value gap, and we also have this 1-hour fair value gap. So for me, and we can also look at, we can adjust this 1-hour one for this 15-minute gap. So we know we'll ideally want price, right? If we are gonna go long and target this day fair value gap up here, we want it to hit into this discount at least, or this footprint down here, and sweep this liquidity before it pushes up, right? Now we're getting new lower time frame impulses that we can work with. We also have this fair value gap. We'll see what it does, but I just want to know that there's a fair value up there. My guess is we're not really gonna respect this much. We're probably gonna go either to this one or the one down below. So, but it's good to know where it's at. So we got this 15-minute high here. I guess we could mark out this 15-minute low. We have this 15-minute low. So I like to set alerts at all of these levels I'm looking at, so I don't really have to just stare. I can just wait for my sounds to go off, so then I can just be aware once it hits that. And for me, when I mark out levels, I make sure I wait for those levels to be hit. I'm not allowed to take trades unless those levels are hit that I'm actually looking for. And my most important levels are on the 5-minute. 5-minute swing highs and lows are the ones I pay the most attention to, because when I get a 5-minute sweep of liquidity, then I drop down to the 1-minute time frame to then wait for that 1-minute inverse fair value gap. For me right now, there's that 5-minute high here, but really, if I'm going to see a sweep to this high to go short to target this discount, I would want to see that 15-minute high. So I'd really want both of these lines to get taken out if I'm going to go short. They're so close to each other. And then if I'm gonna go long, right? Remember to target those day fair value gaps. I want price to at least take London low out, but ideally it comes into discount also. And we have this 5-minute low to our left over here that we can mark out too. And as market forms too, we'll get new impulse ranges, we'll get new highs and lows that we can move this around. So, but before the market opens, I know the levels I'm looking for, I know the levels I want to be hit, and I know kind of my game plan. I don't want to go long until it hits discount here, and I don't want to go short until we at least hit this like day fair value gap, or sweep these, like give a really obvious sweep of these highs to then target discount of this lower time frame range. So now I have a game plan. Now I know I can come into the market when the opening bell rings, and it's 6:05 now. So that took me like less than 10 minutes to do. It's a really simple thing, but you should be doing it every single morning before the market bell. You should have a game plan. You should know what you kind of want the market to do, and you should be patient on your game plan. Be willing to sit here on your hands and not do anything until your game plan forms. And it's okay if you don't get a trade. All right, looks like we got a trade opportunity here. We're gonna be taking a market sell off this. I'm gonna break it down once this candle closes and see if we actually get something here, but we're risking quite a bit on this trade. Hopefully this one works out. Okay, we got a nice rejection off these highs. Like I said, oh well, that would be a bummer if this one loses, but we rejected off these highs just like I wanted, targeting some of this external range liquidity. We'll see what it does. We're just gonna be patient, not let it get us emotional, but this would be our targets. So we're risking 10.5, and our target would be 20. We did get a nice rejection off this high, a really nice sweep, a really obvious wick. So I'm not like frustrated with the setup, but it looks like it might not actually work out, especially the fact that this candle came in immediately after. We literally might get stopped out here. Well, that is not how I expected to start the $100 challenge. We lost $55 on that trade. So we're gonna have to load up. You guys can see on the screen right here in the middle on here, we're gonna have to load up $5 more at least, especially after the fact that yesterday's trade would have tripled our account, but we didn't get tapped in. We were patient, we waited for the right opportunity, but the thing that's hard with this small account challenge is when it's a small account challenge, one loss makes it really hard for the challenge to keep going, right? You don't have that buffer. So like literally if you take one loss, it kind of ruins the account. I want to be very transparent with you guys throughout this whole journey. So there's our account balance right here. We took that trade. We lost $55.65. So $5 more than what we need to keep this like challenge going without having to reload. And there's $44.35 left in the account. So I have to load up. I'm going to load up another $55.65 so we can get back to $100 because I need that margin to actually trade. It is what it is. Losses are going to happen. All we can do is our best. So in hindsight of this trade, what I can journal, right? What I can journal in this trade is the fact that maybe we should have been a little bit more patient and just waited until after 7 a.m. after the red folder news plays out, right? I don't feel like I was impatient. Like I wasn't feeling like I rushed it. I really wanted to see an obvious rejection here. And I got that with that 5-minute candle. But then, you know, now at 9:45 candle, it looks obvious. Like why the heck would you have taken that short? But at the 9:40 candle, it looked pretty obvious that shorts would be the play to potentially target this liquidity down here, these 15-minute fair value gaps. All right, I just quickly made this simple Excel spreadsheet. And these are all my deposits. So we have the 324 deposit of $90.83. I messed up and forgot to just round up to $100. And then I had a 326 deposit of $9.17. That brought us to $100. And now today we deposited $55.65. So our total deposits have been $155.65. So in order to be profitable, I want double this balance, which would be $311.33. Every time we add something, I want double what we deposit at minimum. That'd make back basically our deposits and what it costs. So in order to be profitable, we need to get the account balance to $311.03. All right, we are now headed to our next event. We are actually going to our little staff fun day that we got planned today. And we are going to be playing at Holey Moley, some mini golf with our staff. I just love competition. So I'll take you along with you, give you some B-roll of the stuff that's gonna be going down. All right, day 2 of trading the small account challenge has passed. I showed you on the desktop cam, but I'm gonna show you on the vlog cam too. Here is the balance of our account. As you can see, the total cash is down. We have a negative P&L for the day, but I have reloaded like I've already explained. I've reloaded $55.65. So tomorrow, because we've deposited beforehand, it should be ready by tomorrow morning. We should have a fresh $100 in the account, and hopefully we can take another trade, and hopefully tomorrow make some money instead of losing some money. So that's day 2 of trading. I need to show you our funds that we deposited yesterday have hit the account. So we do have $100 in the account to trade on day 3. I'm just gonna get my charts up, start getting into this morning. It is right now 5:45 a.m. and we're getting started. So I'll see you probably on the desktop cam and see if we get any good trades this morning. Let's see if there's any red folder news. Holy smokes. Is my time, is this one at 7 a.m., this one at 6 p.m., and it's PMI and Donald Trump speaking. So, but all the rest of these have already happened and they look like they were all bullish. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think yesterday was a good lesson that we didn't wait for 7 a.m. news. I think today will be important that we do wait for it. Unless there's something extremely obvious with low risk, like where if we took the loss, it only would lose like 20 bucks or something where we're still in the game for the day. I think it'd be smarter to wait for it for the news to happen, so. All right, so far this entire morning, I've been sitting here. This 9:30 candle is right here. We've pretty much stayed within the opening candle range and have not broken out either to the downside or to the upside. We did just get a nice wick, and we might actually get a trade here with this trade. Let's see what we're risking if we would take this trade. I think we're risking like the entire account. Yeah, literally. I don't know if I'm going to take this trade because the risk to reward is not quite there. But we did get the wick off this high that I was hoping for. What happens if we say did it here? Let's see what we're risking on, like, if we put it to this order block on this 1 minute, be $58 and okay. I still don't love it. I still don't love that we're risking a lot of the account, but I do like this wick off this high. Overall, we are looking like we need some kind of retracement to the downside. So I am liking the opportunity to potentially go short here. I'm going to be patient here. We need at least, we are also in a day fair value gap. We're also in a day fair value gap. We're in premium of the range. So it is in our favor to take a short here. We would need this candle or this fair value gap to be inverted in order for us to even consider taking a position here. We have this nice rejection here. It's better to be patient than to rush anything. So let's keep recording and kind of wait. Looks like it actually is not going to be giving us the short opportunity. It looks like this 5 minute candle is going to be pushing up, and especially if the 5 minute candle closes above this wick high here, that would invalidate any opportunity to go short, and we would need to wait for 5 minute to hit this high above us here and would give us a rejection off that high. But as of right now, there's really nothing. I see we're still within that range. This is that opening range I'm talking about. We literally just have been within this opening range this whole morning. We might break up to the upside and attack this day high up here, but there is a lot of liquidity below us. There's 5 minute lows, 15 minute lows, London lows, and Asia lows. And there's also even higher time frame 1 hour fair value gaps. And I know within this 1 hour fair value gap, there's also 4 hour fair value gaps. So I know there's a lot of liquidity below us, but again, just because we think we know where price could go or have a feeling of where price could go, right? We do not force it. We wait for the proper setups to take place. And look at that. This actually might be very nice if it gives us an inversion here. We have a much tighter stop loss now because we have a new fair value gap that has formed. So if price decides to invert this, there's 4 minutes and 40 seconds left on this 5 minute candle. So there's a lot of time left in this. But if we do get this 1 minute inversion with this liquidity sweep up here, that could be a signal for us. And I think I'd be willing to take that trade, because that, instead of risking $50 to $100, now you're risking, you know, $52.50, or we can go to this high and risk $40. Our risk is much better if we go to that now. So let's get this kind of ready. Just in case if it does do it, we're gonna, how much are we risking there? I think we're gonna do that high. All right, looks like we're gonna get the inversion. Okay, no inversion yet. We have to wait for the body of these candles to close through this inversion. So we need to be patient here. We cannot enter prematurely. It has to invert that. And that's the importance of waiting for candle closures. You do not enter just because the candle did invert it. You wait for that candle closure, and you gotta wait to see what it does. Because if it doesn't invert this and it does that and closes way up here, we don't want to take a short. That's giving bullish signals that it's respecting bullish footprints. It respected this fair value gap down here. It's respecting this fair value gap here. So we don't want to go short, because things are telling us as the candles are closing that we don't want to potentially go short here. Yeah, look at this, potentially is going to come all the way up here. So it's good to, that's why it's really good to have patience as you're waiting for your trade setups. And it's so important to wait for those candle closures. There's still 1 minute and 18 seconds left in this current 5 minute candle here. So there's 2 more 1 minute candles that will form, this one and then the next one after. And it looks like it's making a 1 minute order block. My guess is we're going to be heading to potentially this 5 minute high or even this high here. And today could just be choppy for the rest of the day too. So there's 48 seconds. So this 1 minute candle that is currently live will tell us where the 5 minute candle will close. And if it starts closing above this high to our left or this high to our left, we definitely shorts that are invalidated. But if it's able to fall back down, maybe turn this candle, this 5 minute candle red, that could potentially give us some confidence for shorts. But I think it's going to be attacking this liquidity up here. Yeah, if this candle looks like it's going to close above this green line here. And if it does, we definitely, all shorts are invalidated. And now we have to wait for this next high to be hit. Yep, so all shorts have been invalidated. We have closed above this wick here. So now we patiently wait for potentially either this wick to be hit or see what kind of opportunity it gives us. But as of right now, there is no short opportunity. So now we just sit on our hands and wait even more. Okay, day 3 has been happening, and pretty much the market had terrible price action this morning. We haven't taken any trades, and I just got booted from my trade of it anyways. But we haven't taken any trades, and the account balance is still at $100. No trades have been taken today, no setups have come about, and at this point, I have to go watch my daughter for the day. And I got a really busy day. Tonight, Wednesdays are one of my busiest days of the week. And so I think we'll call it for the day. Maybe something will happen later when I drop off my daughter and during the PM session, but I'm not really expecting much from the market today. It was a really, really bad price action day. It is what it is. We have our $100. Hopefully tomorrow we can get a good trade and not lose any more of our money. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I don't think I'll be vlogging much of today just because it's a pretty busy day. So we'll see you in day 4. Good morning. This is day 4 of our trading journey. This is Thursday, April 2nd. And this is actually our last trading day we have this week. Because then tomorrow is Good Friday. There's actually a bank holiday, so we don't actually have trading tomorrow. Today's the last day we actually could trade the account this week. So hopefully we can get a trade. Hopefully something presents itself. Yesterday's price action was not very good during New York session. And I was very distracted with watching my daughter in the morning on Wednesdays. It's just hard for me to like focus in because I gotta watch her too. But hopefully today is a good day and we can make something happen. All right, this morning I want to show you guys this impulse range that I see on the 15-minute time frame that we're going to be using as kind of our confluences to what we are actually looking for this morning if we want to go short or long. So clearly we'll start from our day time frame and work our way down. It might be a little messy on the day time frame with all my lines and stuff, and it might not fully make sense, but when you come to the day time frame, this price action is terrible. I mean, oh my gosh, it's horrible. We know price is currently sitting in a day fair value gap. Now I don't want to draw it out because that day fair value gap would literally cover like my entire screen when I go down to the 5-minute, but I know we're sitting in a day fair value gap, a bullish day fair value gap, and there's a liquidity above us to target like Asia high and London high. So I'm leaning a little bit more bullish going in today's market session. Now that's not to say that price can still push down and just attack this day low, because we need to be aware that the overall trend is bearish on the day time frame. Now, when we look at the 4-hour time frame, we also have this 4-hour impulse range that would help us with our bearish bias. That there's a 4-hour bullish kind of impulse range that is broken above this high and this high here and has yet to see retracement, which is kind of what we seen from Asia and London session, kind of a retracement into 50%. So if we mark this out, it's important to mark out that Fibonacci retracement. Everything above here is in premium, everything down here is in discount. So impulse ranges are extremely important. How do I know an impulse range happens? Is when it breaks structure, right? That's a market structure shift. We have a break of structure here, and then we have a break of structure at this high too, right? So that is an impulse range. It's broken 1, 2, 3 highs in one direction without seeing a single retracement. Now we have seen that retracement. We've barely tapped into discount, which gives me that bullish bias that's saying I would be comfortable targeting either this 4-hour fair value gap or Asia high, day high up here. So now when we go to the 1 hour, we know there's this 4-hour impulse range and a little 1-hour impulse range that is broken structure to the downside on these lows to our left. And in that impulse range on the 1 hour is the one I'm more focused in on. This one has yet to see retracement to the 50% of its impulse, right? So if I catch along, I'm not maybe necessarily looking to hold it all the way to Asia high, though that could happen. But if I do catch along, I'm either going to go for this external range liquidity or premium of this bearish range. Now the 15-minute is where I really like to fine-tune my ranges and my targets. And so on the 15-minute time frame, we know there's a London high right here at this 15-minute high, and we know there's Asia high, but there's also this big 15-minute fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap up here, 15-minute fair value gap up here that have all been untested. So that is also targets we can use as liquidity. The market just opened. We're 1 minute into the market open, but now we just be patient and we just wait to see how this first 5-minute candle forms, because I don't take any trades until the first 5-minute candle has completely closed. And then wait to see what happens after that. Just cleaning things up, but we're at Asia high, and look at the rejection we're getting on the 5 minute. A very large wick, right? On these equal highs right here to the left here. Very large wick, and potentially on the 1 minute inversing. All right, so we've created this nice impulse range. Price has come down a little bit with these 2 5-minute candles, making some bearish momentum. And when we go down to the 1 minute time frame, you'll see we have inverted our first candle here, or our first fair value gap here on the 1 minute time frame. Let me clean this up. You can see there, that is our first inverse fair value gap. Now that is not our signal because we don't have a liquidity sweep, right? My liquidity sweep, I would need this price to come up and fail to displace this 5 minute high that was placed right after we hit Asia high. Now, what do I use this inversion for? I use it as information. This shows me that bearish momentum is starting to take over and starting to take place. You have bearish fair value gaps here forming. You have bearish inversions from big bullish momentum that is getting inverted. You have bearish fair value gaps getting formed to the upside again that potentially could be inverted once we hit this 5 minute high up here and give us hopefully a liquidity sweep. I'm using this all as context that we've inverted a bullish fair value gap, a very large one. And also in that same leg down, we're starting to get bearish momentum to the downside. You got this bearish fair value gap here. You have this bearish fair value gap here. And you have this bearish fair value gap here also. They're small, but that's 3 fair value gaps to the downside, showing that there is momentum behind this move to the downside. That if we potentially get a liquidity sweep up here, that would be an excellent opportunity for us to potentially take a short. All right, so we actually might have a trade opportunity here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This 5 minute had hit into the swing high, and it looks like it's rejecting. 5 minute just closed with a nice wick off that high. And we have a fair value gap right here. So in the next 50 seconds, we might be able to take this trade. All right, we are in. This trade is in. We have the 5 minute rejection on this swing high. Why is this a swing high? Because it pushes down and breaks this structure to the downside. Right, breaking structure to the downside. We come back up, sweep that same high, then there's equal highs up here. We fail to displace them, and then on the 1 minute time frame, you see we invert this fair value gap, giving us our signal. Stop loss is at this liquidity sweep, and we are targeting right now. We are targeting 20 points, but I'm also going to trail stops with displacements. Well, that trade did not work out, and as you can see, we lost $30.65 on that trade. I'm not mad at that. That is a trade that like we still technically could even take a second trade with the margin that's in the account. But that trade was, I think we were very, very patient today. It's a bummer that that trade didn't end up playing out. And again, sometimes your trades just aren't going to play out. And this 1 minute candle will tell us where that 5 minute candle closes. And if this inverts that fair value gap, I'm going to take one more stab at this. All right. Another trade is in. Move. Sorry, I'm like trying to talk into this. There we go. We are at break even, so all risk has been taken off the table with this trade. Okay, we got tapped out at break even. It actually caused us to lose about $2 more. So we lost about $2.50 more on that trade. I want to see if this order block gets formed on the 1 minute time frame. I might take one more stab, a third stab. And I only allow myself 3 trades a day. I cannot take more than 3 trades a day. That's like one of my hard rules. I'm going to go for it. Looks like it engulfed it. Yep, it did. Boom. Okay, some risk has been taken off. We were originally risking 5.25 points. Now we are only risking 3.25. So we've taken off 2 points of risk. Might get stopped out. Okay. So we got stopped out. That was our 3rd trade of the day. After 3 trades, we only ended up losing $50.70. And that's how this week is gonna end. I mean, it's a bummer, but we had make another $50.70 deposit. So we have now deposited $206.35 into the account, and to double it, we need to make $412.70. Is this how I wanted the small account challenge to start? No. Not at all. This is not how I wanted it to start. But I'm planning on doing this all year. You know, it's a bummer that we took the losses that we took this week and weren't able to grow the account. But again, we're on day 4. We still have the rest of 2026. It's April right now as I'm recording this. It's only April 2nd. Okay, we have plenty of time to still grow this account. Hopefully not have to deposit any more money. Hopefully next week is a much better week. But I want to be transparent. I want you guys to see, I'm showing you everything, okay? I'm showing you everything. You're going to see it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to hide if I lose and restart or whatever. You're going to see all the deposits. You're going to see where we're at. And we're going to see what is our goal to get to profitability. So I hope this transparency builds some trust between us and makes it like honest. That's what I want to be at the end of the day, is just honest with this challenge and show you guys the reality of trading, right? It's not always just win. Okay, that's not the reality of trading. There's going to be losses, and sometimes it happens in the beginning rather than later on once the account has already grown. Now, as we are closing out episode 2, I want to make sure I've answered every single question that was brought up in episode 1. So if you left a comment down below in episode 1 or a question or comment, I'm going to get to those right now and make sure I answer all those questions that I can. And if you ever leave a question that needs more detail than just me answering like this, I will make an entire video just for you to make sure that question is answered in complete detail. The first question we have is from John Ferretti 3274, and this is what he asked under the first episode. Is the data free, and does Tradevate have footprint? Please explain the whole level 2 or level 1 data fees. Thank you, bro, is what he said. Thank you so much, John, for commenting down below in that episode. Let me answer that right now with Tradevate. First, is data free? Yes. Included in every subscription when you open a live account with Tradevate, all your data is free, and I'm about to show you right now what is all included in your live account. When you have a live account and you go into the back end of your settings that you'll find in the top right hand corner, you're going to find add-ons. So everything that is included for free in your account. Now you need to go in and make sure you activate them. So what do you all get for free? You get TradingView access, so you can connect your Tradevate to TradingView, so you can trade from TradingView instead of your Tradevate brokerage. Next, you also get Order Flow Plus, which is currently active for me. It is included with your plan. Next, you get Market Replay. I don't use this, but if you would like to use it, this is also included. You also get Advanced Charting, which includes Volume Profile, Bid-Ask Volume Candles, Heikin Ashi Candles, Renko charts, and Point Figure charts. That is included for free. If you want any of those, you need to activate them. Free indicators. There's a group of free indicators that are also included, like Volume Profile, Relative Volume, and more to come. That is free and included. Next is group trade. So if you have multiple accounts, you can trade for free. And last is TickStream. So if you use TickStream, I'm not quite sure what this actually is. I've never used it, but that is also included in your subscription. Now, another thing John asked that was very important is, does Tradevate have a footprint? And yes, they do have footprint. They have footprint candles, and then they also have volume profile, which is very helpful in regards to trading. Let me show you how you get those on your charts when you're on your Tradevate backend, but it is possible. So currently we are inside the back end of my Tradevate. Okay, this is a chart you can add within your Tradevate. All you do is you would go up to the top left-hand corner, press that big plus button, and you have all these different things you can add to your Tradevate brokerage. And so if you want to add a chart, it's right there. You would click and you drag and drop a chart anywhere you would like. We're going to do that, and we're just going to delete this chart real fast because we already have one on our Tradevate backend. So now what do? If you want footprint, right now I've added the volume profile, right, where you can see point of control, volume profile. We're going to hide that real fast so you can't see that, right? So now you can't see that anymore. And we're going to go to this little button within your chart on your Tradevate where it says candlesticks. You're going to click that, and you're going to see bid ask volume. If you want footprint candles, that is what you do. Now it looks a little funky, but when you zoom in, you're going to see all the different bid asks for those specific candles. I am on the 1 hour time frame on this Tradevate, and when you zoom way in on each candle, you can see the bid and ask for that candle, right? You get the footprint and the volume of each candle. Okay, now if you want to change the settings of these, right, mine are white and blue. If you want to change your settings, you go up to configure chart elements, you press that, and you click on NQM6 or whatever your ticker is. You click on that, and it's going to open up your dashboard where you can change all the settings of your bid ask candles. You can change the colors, the volume filter, the imbalance factor. You can change it from bid ask to delta to an imbalance. You can change your time frame and so on and so forth. So that is how you would add footprints to the back end of your Tradeovate, and it is possible to add footprints. Now, the last question John asked was, please explain the whole level 2 or level 1 data fees. Thank you, bro. I want to make this clear. When you have a Tradeovate live account, level 1 data fees are all included. There's not an extra cost for that. You get level 1 data fees within your entire live account when you set it up. Let me show you on the back end what it looks like. So when you have your live account, you have a membership that comes with that live account. This is what is included all for free within your live account. One CME bundle level 1 data. Okay, that is all included for free. Trade without any extra steps or applications. Trading views included, order flow plus is included, and market replay is included. Now at any time, if you would like to pay for more, you can upgrade to level 2 data. So level 2 is not included, only level 1 is included. Now, if you don't know what the difference between level 1 data and level 2 data is when it comes to day trading, let me explain that to you right now. Level 1 data is the top of book data that you're gonna get. It's kind of like the top of it. You're not getting super detailed like in a super DOM or something like that. You're getting the top of book details and data that comes free with your subscription. Level 2 data, or depth of market data, the DOM, the super DOMs, where you can see all the orders in extreme detail, that will show the full order book, and that is something you have to pay for extra when it comes to a Tradeovate account. Now, if you would like to add level 2 data into your subscription, this is how much it would cost you. With Tradeovate, it would cost you $48 per month to add level 2 data into your subscription. There was another person who also commented down below on the video. Life the Fam 2647 was also asking about data subscriptions on level 1 and level 2, timeframes and ranges, candlesticks, Heiken Ashes, and etc. With Life the Fam, I did answer the level 1 and level 2 just recently. But also when it comes to candlesticks and Heiken Ashes, I don't touch Heiken Ashes. I just stick to the normal candlesticks. I don't do footprint candlesticks. I just keep it normal. In my opinion, the best thing you can do for yourself is keep your trading as simple as possible. You don't need a ton of indicators. You don't need all these crazy different candlesticks. Just keep it normal, watch for reactions, and execute based on your plan. Now, what I also saw a lot of comments say down below on episode 1 is that you guys want full breakdowns. You guys want deep diving into my brain, my charting, when I'm taking trades. You guys want to see everything. Now, this episode, I kind of did more vlog style. I didn't really do deep dive into my charting every single day. But if this is something you guys want, I will do it in episode 3. I will make sure I spend more time breaking down the charts and less time doing like vlogs of my day in the life. Now, if you still want the vlog stuff of my day in the life, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to balance with both. But if you would prefer like ditch the vlog, just give us the info and the data and like how you chart and actually take your trades, I'll focus more on that. Let me know what you guys want me to focus more in on and I will do that because I want to make sure this series is most impactful for you. As we're closing out too, I want to shout out every single person who left a comment down in episode 1. Profit Chasers 101, Johnny Bishop 4946, Alex Graham, Frenchie, Gary Scott, Quintelford 3218, thank you so much for commenting. I saw you're having trouble funding your Tradeovate account. Please let me know if you were able to get that fixed. I would love to make sure we can help any way possible. I'm sorry if you're having issues, but my best go-to would be reach out to Tradeovate. Thank you guys so much. I really hope you're enjoying this series. And this is just week 1 of many, many more to come. I mean, we got 8 months left of 2026, so that's at least 4 times 8 is 32. 32 more weeks of this, 32 potential more episodes that we're gonna do this year. So thank you, subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment down below of anything you would like to see or know or what you thought of the video. Am I an idiot for losing all that money instead of just tripling the account on that Monday? Oh, I'm still so frustrated we didn't get to quadruple the account on that day because we would have never had a refill. But because we didn't get tapped in, I'm not even gonna go into it. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next episode.